What's going on, YouTube? We are back in Center Hill checking out some new construction. So these houses are pretty interesting. If you can see what they look like from the front, here's two of them here. This one on the left had sold a couple months ago. It actually sold for, I think, for about $365,000, and then I guess whoever bought it put it back on the market and is trying to sell it for $380-something. So I guess a quick little flip for a few $1,000s, see what they can get. But this one is for sale. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,400 square feet, and currently listed for $369,000. So for $369,000 in the city of Atlanta, we're gonna see what we're able to get. Again, we are on the west side of town, so we're not too far away from the West Side Beltline, Grove Park, not too far away from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So location-wise and proximity to everything that you would need is pretty cool. And let's go check out the house. So first you can see, pretty long driveway, which is nice to have out here. No garage on this house. Again, they kept it very simple. As you can see, it's just a simple design going all the way back. What makes it interesting is just the front of the house, the way it looks. Me personally, I think they could have put a couple of windows out front here, but to each his own. In this house, I do like the way that they use the space. Again, 1,400 square feet. I think they did a pretty good job with it. So what I like already is this covered area walking in. You know, living in a house that doesn't have a covered area really makes you appreciate this. So let's take a look inside. Like the front door, it gives a nice modern feel with a piece of glass in it so that you can see outside. So this is what it looks like when you first walk in. So pretty much that shotgun style where you have all your main living areas here. So you have your living room, you have your dining behind it, and then the kitchen all the way to the back. To the left, on the left side, you have your bedrooms. And behind me, you actually have an office. So I love that they incorporated this space. So you get 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and an office space. And I always say, you know, it used to be that, hey, you need at least 3 bedrooms in a house. Now I say you need at least 3 bedrooms plus at least a little flex space or an office. So nice and cozy in here, nothing too big, but you can definitely get some work done. You got your window there. And then this is where I was saying from the outside, they could have put a window right here and just have it behind you, but they decided not to go with it. And the appeal just looks a little bit different. So here we are in the living room. I'll pan around here. So living room's nice and cozy. You don't get a foyer area when you first walk in. So you pretty much walk in right into the living room space. A couple of things that I like with these ranch homes, I hate when they don't open up the ceilings. If you're gonna have a ranch house, then you need to open up the ceilings, and they've done that here. So the ceilings were already gonna be pretty high. You can see where that line is at, but then they open it up and you can see that slant going there. So it makes the space feel a little bit less cluttered, and it feels a little bit bigger than what it actually is. I love this recessed wall right here where you can put your TV or just some type of entertainment for your living room. And I like the fact that it is a contrasting color just to break it up a little bit. Before we move forward, we're gonna check out this bedroom over here to the left. So as soon as you walk in, you have your primary bedroom. And let me know in the comments, would you rather your primary bedroom be in the front of the house or the back of the house? I think me personally, I like it being in the back of the house just for privacy reasons. But on this 1,400 square foot house, this is a pretty decently sized primary bedroom. As you can see, you got a large window right there. And then they vaulted the ceilings in this room too. So it feels pretty big. Here's your closet space. So this is that other bump out that you saw from outside. And I guess if they did have a window, then it would be right here. I would have put a window here too. So here's your closet space. Very decently sized closet for a home that only has 1,400 square feet. I'll zoom in on the floors here. So these are laminate floors, but I think these are, every laminate floor nowadays, they call it LVP and have the luxury feel to it, or the luxury aspect is what they say that it has. But some of them are very flat and doesn't even seem like wood. This one is textured. So I do like that. Could almost pass off as actual wood. Do like that the house is staged. And here's your bathroom. So nothing too big, of course. You don't have the space to have a tub in here, but nice standing shower. I do like the black color with the glass. I don't know if I would have went with the white grout though, because the white grout doesn't stay white for long, but that's what they decided to go with. Do a vanity here, and there's your water closet. Then I have to start closing the toilets as I walk through here, because I had somebody comment about poop being in one of the tours that I did. But I will tell you, it wasn't poop, it was just a dark ring around the toilet. But that doesn't make it much better, so I just left it alone. All right, so here's your dining area. You know, this place, just because of the, I'll say, coziness of it, it's not that big. It does make you feel like you're in an apartment. I guess part of that is because it's 1,400 square feet, so everything's gonna be cozy. But when you see an apartment layout, it's typically like this. You have your kitchen over here, then your dining right in the middle, and your living room right over there. Or at least I can say when I had an apartment, and that was just under 1,000 square feet, this was the layout that it had. So that's your dining. I like that you get that space, and you still get a huge island that can seat 4. Probably wouldn't need much more space than that. And I'm actually digging the kitchen. So the blue ties into the blue that's outside, even though it's a different shade. I like the fact that you have the lighter color countertops here, contrasting against the dark back there. And you do get a backsplash with that blue tile as well. I have the same tile, but mine is white, but in this herringbone pattern at my house. So it's pretty nice. I think the only thing that's missing over here is some lights under the cabinet just to illuminate the area a little bit. But I like the fact that they have a gas stove, and you do have soft closed drawers. Are these soft close? Yes, they are. Comes with a refrigerator, Whirlpool. That's nice. And yeah, just a nice little cozy house in the city here. Let's check out the pantry. Almost forgot about that. So I have some stuff stored in here, but this is pretty much your pantry area. Decently sized for 1,400 square feet. So I'll give you one last look at the kitchen. Love that they have this large sliding door back here, and we're gonna check out the backyard in a second because I think they did pretty good with the backyard. So that's another look of the living area of this house. And then we just have 2 more bedrooms to check out. So you have a bedroom here. I will say that this one is tiny. So definitely something for a kid. Probably this room is about 10 feet by 10 feet. Here's your closet. Nothing much else to see there. Here is your bath. This is the bath that the guests are going to use, and for these 2 bedrooms as well. So that's the other thing that would be pretty nice to have, is a half bathroom dedicated for guests. But again, this house is so small that that half bathroom might be overkill. And here's the last bedroom. So this one is just a tiny bit bigger. than the last one that we saw. Could be a little bit bigger, but the closet takes up some of the space. And we'll check out the closet here. And I'm sure that this is a linen closet. Oh, this is the laundry room. I didn't even catch that. So yeah, you would definitely need a stackable washer and dryer here. That's what it's built for. And that would be a laundry area. So definitely feels like an apartment for sure. But with only 1,400 square feet, I mean, you can only do so much. I guess theoretically, if you wanted a bigger laundry room, then that office could have been a laundry space, but I think the way they have it set up is pretty good. And lastly, let's check out this backyard. So finding a flat backyard is never the easiest thing to do sometimes. There's a couple of good things going on here. So this house priced at $370,000. That's pretty much the lowest price new construction that you're gonna find. You're not gonna find much lower single family homes for that price. Yes, you are missing a garage, but they have a lot of features that they've added in here that really make sense. So this large patio area that's covered with some lights, that's pretty nice. I like the fact that they gave you the gas line here for your grill or a propane tank, or I'm sorry, they put a gas line there if you wanted to put a grill. Obviously, it was probably very sloped, so they terraced off the area for you. So I like that you have this upper area here that houses your AC units, some utilities, and then you can do some landscaping there. The whole yard is fenced. And then you do have this walk down area with some handrails. And that brings you to the backyard here. So the only negative about the backyard is, so this right here is a rain garden. And in the city of Atlanta, if you're building new construction, they require you to have a rain garden. It's an area where water can pretty much be collected, and then it's tied to the sewer system, I believe. So you have the almost kind of like a gutter system down here that's going to take the water away. The problem is it just takes away from the usable space from the backyard. This could have been in the front yard, but then again, you know, how good would that look? So I guess they hid it over here. And I've looked on Pinterest for some good rain garden ideas because I am building a house myself. And it's about 15 minutes from here, and they are going to require to have a rain garden. So I've been looking at some pretty cool designs just to make it blend in and make it look more like a landscaped feature, but that's where they decided to put theirs. So that wraps it up for this home tour. Again, this is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plus a little bonus room for your office. 1,400 square feet, no garage. But nice features in here. Again, love the floors. Even though they're LVP, they actually went with a more quality LVP. They feel pretty solid. Loving the kitchen. Just love the overall layout and the fact that they open up the ceilings on this house. And it's priced at $370,000, which is one of the cheapest new construction homes that you will be able to find here in Georgia. So that wraps up the tour. If you're interested or know anybody that's interested, send them my way so I can make your next move your best move.